Hello everybody, my name is Milky from Say What Now Productions, and this is another Armchair Gaming, and this week it's going to be Rayman Legends, the game we're going to be looking at. And with me I have Adrian.
Internet.
And Greg.
Hello.
So with them introduced, let's just get straight into the game. Right, and this is Rayman Legends. This is actually the loading screen for the first level, Once Upon a Time. Rayman Legends is a platformer, so you run, jump, and punch, basically.
I love Rayman Origins, so I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, Origins is a fun game. This one, you're not rescuing Electoons, which if I remember correctly, you're rescuing in the first one. You're rescuing Tintsies instead.
Okay.
They're tied up, they're in cages, but it's still got the same sort of thing as you can see here. You secret areas which have the Tintsies in. And if you're wondering why one of them's purple, and the rest are yellow, it's sort of a way to tell you to get everything. The purple one counts as 2 lums or points.
Right.
The yellow ones count as 1. If you get a purple one, it sort of moves up the chain. So if you get all of them in the right order,
right.
you get more.
Okay, that's kind of different from Origins, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And here comes something else different. Murphy.
Oh, right.
Oh, is he like that annoying fairy from that Link game?
No, he's not like Navi. What this is the PC version of the game. So Murphy's controlled with a button press, but on the Wii U, he's touchscreen controlled.
Oh, right.
So rather than controlling Rayman, you're controlling Murphy to do the attacks, do the slashing, and like here you'd be like bashing that guy, so Rayman can't get hit by him, or Glowbox, whoever the hell you're controlling. This is
So
where
you just press a button and then it'll do like the action?
yeah, it says up there, press
Okay,
Y
yeah.
repeatedly, you tickle. So it's a bit. It means things flow, so you always control Rayman, but it does feel a bit like it's sort of like it's tacked on, because obviously it was
Yeah.
designed for the Wii U originally, then it got delayed. So
Is it still not out on the Wii U?
no, it's out.
Okay.
It sold more on the Wii U than it did on the other consoles. It's like 30%, 30% or something. I think it was Wii U sales.
Okay.
That
'Cause
could be
I
because there
was,
aren't many games with a Wii U anyway, so and everyone who had a Wii U
Wow.
went, oh, finally, something new.
And I think well, actually, it was released at the worst time for that, because it released between Wonderful 101 and something else as well, and there's Zelda coming out in a couple of weeks. So it actually released at a worse time for that. But I think it's because it was designed for it, so the touchscreen control, like if this was 2-player, which I think you can do,
Yeah.
1 player will control Rayman, 1 player control Murphy, to sort of help out or hinder, as the case may be. Because
Yeah.
here again, just rotate the wheel, but on the Wii U, I think you're rotating the control pad itself.
Yeah, I played a demo of this level, like when the Wii U came out, to kind of see what the Wii U could do, and it was a bit confusing, but I managed to get it eventually.
Yeah, Luke, we saw this being demoed at Eurogamer last year, didn't we? At the
Yeah.
the Wii U stand.
It was this very level, I believe, and this was completely Murphy controlled. Like you didn't control direct movement, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
But yeah, the main aim of the game is to rescue all of the Tintsies, but you also notice I'm desperately trying to collect the lums. That's because they're used for sort of final tally, to get bronze, silver, or gold trophies, depending on how many you've got. But you also want to get a certain amount to get a little scratch card, because they're used to unlock other certain sort of secrets in the games, which will be explained at the end of the level.
Right, so that's similar to Origins again then.
I think it was just the
Well,
Electoons for unlocking in
yeah.
Origins, wasn't it? And I haven't seen any examples of the really cool treasure chest chase that was in Origins.
Yeah, those are my favourite levels.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen any examples of them yet, but hopefully later on in the game there will be.
See, I haven't played any Rayman games in the past because, well, let's face it, I don't really have the coordination for platformers. Considering my first gaming experience is probably Super Mario Brothers on the NES, and I kept on falling down the first hole on level 101. So I've never really had a good experience with platformers. But why does Rayman's feet and hands don't seem to be connected to his body?
No, they're not.
Right.
In the original Rayman games, he sort of throws his fists a bit further than he does
Yeah.
in this. They were going to explain it in Rayman Origins. That's the scratch card there, by the way. But they sort of gave up and just went, fuck it, we don't care.
I
It's
like
been-
that they've brought the dance back
Yep,
when you get the whole shebang.
the dance, and I think if I'm correctly, this is the scratch card. So you scratch the scratch cards and you win stuff. So you win lums. You can win some weird creature things that give you lums, which don't really
Okay.
matter. But this is the important ones. You get paintings that are levels from Rayman Origins.
Okay.
And they've been retooled and rejigged. So you can go to those levels.
Right.
And this is sort of the world. It doesn't have a world map. Instead, it has paintings you jump in.
So, okay, back to Origins. I see. So how are they like retooled?
Obviously, because you don't have Electoons, you've got Tinsies instead. But there's also
Right.
more. As if I remember correctly, there were 6 Electoons per level. And even then, like one of them was for the amount of lums you collected. Oh, this
Yeah.
is what I'm going to mention. This save point is really it's really annoying because this is a first world problem if there's ever one. I've got an SSD, so the loading screens are too quick for me to get the health that's on the loading screens that was flying around.
Oh.
That's why I didn't have time to get it because the loading screens load too quickly.
Oh dear. What a problem to have.
Yep.
Oh no, my computer's too fast.
Yeah, because I put it on the SSD. It loads too quick, so I can't pick up the health sometimes. I've got to charge for it and like jump and hope that I get it during the load. If you see when it sort of like kicks into the next bit of the level. So if you've played Origins, you should probably recognise this level.
Yeah, I was about to say I recognise this.
And there's various obviously just they've moved stuff around like because you're picking up stuff from underwater and stuff like that instead.
Do you get like upgradable upgradabilities like you did in Origins?
I
Or-
haven't seen any. No, I think you just
Okay.
you go to the level and they're just there for you. If you see what I mean.
Right.
You don't because in Origins you could shrink yourself down, and I don't think you had the helicopter from the start either. But you do.
No.
You've got the helicopter right from the start on this.
Okay.
I've just been wondering, what is that heart that's following Rayman around?
That's your health essentially. If you've got the heart, you can take one hit.
Oh right. So there's no. I can't see. Yeah, I just realised I haven't seen any sort of health gauge at all.
No, it's the equivalent of having a mushroom in Super Mario basically. You can take one hit and then you lose your heart, and if you take another hit, you explode.
Ah right.
There's no lives on this, and I'm pretty sure I've got some of my fuck-ups still in this video. There's no lives on this, so essentially all you do when you die is load from the start of the area again.
Yeah.
Which is good for the people, it's good for some of the areas that are really frustrating.
Oh, there goes that heart.
Yeah. And I'm going to get a bit confused here of how to get out, how I'm meant to be doing, then I'll remember.
Oh.
Yep, trying to get all of these
That-
lums just to make sure I get the purple ones, because you need 600 lums to get the gold, and it can be surprisingly difficult to get
Yeah.
all of them, because you have to get a hell of a lot of the ones that are available to hit that 600 tally.
Is there something up there that you're trying to get?
I'm seeing if there is something up there. I don't think there is. So I give up after a while and just punch that thing.
It's got to have some of the greatest doors in game history.
Yeah.
Those things that you just punch their eye.
And then the eye bobbles about for a bit on the floor because it's not connected anymore. And this is the classics, don't get crushed, as you can probably guess. You're going to blow up if you run into the wrong place and get crushed by this. The silliest animation ever while you run on the spot. And,
Oh.
no. There we go.
Oh.
Close. That's close.
And yeah, so as you can see, it is just a classic run, jump, punch. But it's when he gets going, it's quite smooth. The movement is smooth, and you can run without stopping for quite a lot of the levels and just completely blitz it. But
Like that.
when you screw up, you will screw up quite badly and be waiting there for a little bit to try to jump over to the next bit. And yeah, I got another heart there, so because I can't have more than one, it just gives me a load more lumps.
And that gold thing that keeps coming up in the right-hand corner, that thing.
Yep, that's showing me how many
showing you-
tinsies I've got.
Right.
So there's 10 per level. 2 of them are from sort of secret doors. The other 8 are just found in the level. Like that one there, he's just randomly tied up for no apparent reason. Tied up and nearly drowning as well. The idea is to rescue them for reasons of go rescue them.
Yeah,
That's what
I
the
like
plot
that.
is. It doesn't even bother to tell you a reason. It just says go
Yeah.
get them. No, I don't care. Stop arguing. Get them.
They're suffering from Princess Peach syndrome.
Yeah. Except I don't even bother to characterise them this time.
Oh, no.
I think this is the end of this level here. You can tell I'm just desperately trying to get the last few.
This is, like,
Just
when
go
I
on!
start playing this is going to be so tense. For me.
Go on! No, go on!
Yeah.
Go on!
Come on! You only got one left.
There we go. And this is the
There we go.
that's the last one, because all of the Origins levels ended with a Electu. So of course on this one they all end with a Tinsy to
Right.
pick up, essentially. So that means there's just one you don't have to find, which is good. I think I'll speed this up here. Yep.
Nice.
But of course you've got to leave Rayman dancing for a little bit on screen. Just if anything for the ridiculousness of a guy with no arms or legs doing the Saturday Night Fever dance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, I think, and that was the first Origins level, and now this is another level. This one is a bit of a speedier level. You'll see why. Because this is the guy that you're chasing.
Oh, right.
Who's very unhappy that he's been found. So he gets in his pedal-powered vehicle.
Off we go.
And now, the place starts collapsing around you.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
I think there may be a couple of deaths here where I just go, what's over here? Oh god! And then I can't get out because I'm stuck and die.
Come on, come on,
There's also
go on,
a couple
go
of
on.
deaths.
Oh, so close.
There's also
Get
a
out,
couple
get
of
out,
deaths
get out,
where
get out.
I sort of...
Oh, nope.
Yep, I go back for something. There's a couple of deaths where I deliberately get myself killed because I've seen something that I've missed.
okay,
And it's
yeah.
just like, nope, nope, kill me, please, kill me. I want to go back and get that item. Because OCD means I have to do that. And so this is one of the sort of the faster moving levels, because you
Yeah.
got to keep going.
Hmm.
Oh, I see. And then get up there.
And secret door.
Nice.
But the art style in this, I'm going to have to say, I actually prefer Origins. Because
Okay.
Origins was brighter. It sort of had a brighter feel to it.
Yeah, I see what you mean, actually.
This one sort of it does look nicer, but I don't think it's as nice, if that makes sense, because it's stylized to be an art painting. It does look like one, but it's just not as good, I don't think.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, as you can see, it starts falling from the sky, so I need to try to not get crushed, which is quite difficult sometimes, while picking up as many of these things as possible as normal.
Left. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
so
it is.
close.
I'm pretty sure in a minute there is one I missed. I don't think it's this one, but there is one I missed, and I desperately try to get myself killed for the next little bit of the level. But I will say, music, still quite good.
Yeah, I always loved that about Rayman Legends.
Especially in Rayman Origins, it was the music for the chest chase.
Yeah.
That was
tricky
awesome.
treasure.
But yeah, so to keep jumping, and is this the one I miss? Come back!
Ah.
Whoa, is something through here? Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Nice.
Just before the whole thing falls down. Oh dear. Run
So-
away.
Run away, run away, run away.
And you can't go that way. Because sometimes they fall down and you can go that way. So yeah, so you can see here wall jumping. That's just the classic thing. You'll be
What the heck?
Oh,
you seeing-
jeez, what the hell?
lots of wall jumping, lots of swinging off stuff. And most
Lava fish.
Oh,
yeah,
that was the
lots
one
of
you
things.
missed.
And oh, there we go.
Oh,
There's
dear.
the one I missed. It's like right, okay, need to get myself killed now. Come on, drop. Oh, for God's sake. Right. No, there we go. It's
Oh.
falling. Squish.
Right.
I think there is an option to restart sequence. So you don't. I didn't actually need to do that, but I didn't realise that at the time of
Okay.
recording. But yeah, because you don't need all of them. I think you can complete the game.
Oh, you missed that lum.
Only a certain amount of them, but it's always best. I always find it's best to get all of them per level. And you unlock the levels quicker. You can choose which one you want to play then.
So, do they
So
the
close.
more you get, do they unlock more stuff?
Yeah, the more you have,
Okay.
the more levels you unlock, the more worlds you unlock. And yeah, it's the main progression method. I tried to kick it, it didn't
Right.
work. And second door, but excuse me, you can wait for a minute to be rescued. I've got stuff to get. And in keeping with the level, it falls again. Just a little bit quicker. So you can see the silly running animation.
Oh. Uh oh.
But yeah, it's
This looks really fun.
This reminds me
really
of a
wanna play
vertical version of that mill level in Castle Crashers.
yeah, basically run back and forth and try not to get hit by things. But this time there's no pooing deers to ride on.
Shame.
But yeah, there's
Oh, there we are. There
who
we
then
go.
rescues herself.
Yeah.
So what the hell
didn't
was
really
I there
need
for?
Rayman.
Because I didn't need to be rescued. She just escaped herself, so I wasn't needed. But that's another level complete. So I think our next level, I think, might be the lead up to a boss. Because there are bosses on this. If you're in Rayman Origins, the bosses were mostly fought on the back of the mosquito. The mosquito
yeah.
doesn't exist in this game, as far as I can
Oh.
tell, except in the Back to Origins levels,
Okay.
which is actually quite annoying, as I liked the mosquito levels.
What is that thing?
That is an enemy. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. It's an enemy, so it
Look at
gets
that.
punched.
No comment.
Oh, that's my new favourite enemy right there. Oh.
And now it's just going to be more Murphy running around. This is actually quite a interesting one because it's actually harder to do this little bit, I think, on a console that's not touchscreen,
Yeah.
because you're going to have to be hitting buttons very quickly to time
Yeah.
with things. You'll see right now it's fine, but in a minute you'll see this would actually be easier on the Wii U when you're not controlling him directly, if you see what I mean.
That was close.
Yeah, I nearly crushed myself, which would have been embarrassing. I'll just jump up there to see if there's anything up there. There isn't. And so we run away. But most of the levels are like this. There isn't. I haven't seen any levels that aren't sort of runny and jumpy, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Well, it is a platformer.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. There's no more, since there's no mosquito levels.
Right, yeah.
There's no. You're always running and jumping.
Okay.
They do use that to good effect for later on in the video. That's a level that's actually on the demo that people would recognise. But it's used to good effect. But that will be for later. And up here for another secret. And there's already one you can see up there as well to get. And it's another spin round the wheel thing. These are ridiculously easy on the... just using the shoulder buttons to rotate.
Okay.
Because you can I can cheat in a way that the AI wouldn't, by jumping over things and jumping in ways you wouldn't normally do. Just have to be careful here to not throw myself in the lava.
And there we go.
Yep,
More dancing.
Rayman's always dancing. Or sleeping. He seems to do one of the two. In fact, if I remember correctly, the plot of the first game was the people from the underworld are annoyed because Rayman and Glowbox's snoring was keeping them awake.
Yeah.
Right, let's have to be careful here.
Oh.
And up we go.
Oh, that's tricky.
Okay.
And then over we go to see something being beaten up. But we sort that out quickly.
Well,
Nope.
There's a reason for me doing that, but I can't remember what it was. I think I missed something. I wanted to try to get something, but it didn't really work out so well.
So, what are the achievements in this game? Do you know?
There are achievements. It's on the PC version as well. It's mostly for completing the game and getting a certain amount of tinsies. I don't think there's anything really special, but getting all of the tinsies will be quite difficult.
Yeah.
So there's 700 of the little bastards.
Jeez.
And yeah, I missed a button. So this is where I need to be a bit quicker on the mark than I was there. And then go back. Can't get him, so you charge up the fist and punch him.
Nice.
yep, you punch your the person you meant to rescue. Awesome.
Yeah.
Save people.
You're curing them with kindness. Killing them with kindness, as it were.
So it just sounds like bad parenting then.
Something like that, yeah. See, that shield's not going to help me. Puts the shield up. Doesn't really help
This is
me
not
too
looking
much.
good.
Yeah.
When I see,
Nope.
yep, there we go. Glowing vents, never a good sign.
It's never a good sign, and this is where you have to be quick on the mark a bit
Yeah.
and not do that.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to be careful to make sure there's ground beneath you if you're going to attack the
Yeah.
thing to let you through it. But again,
Might be.
the shield doesn't really help very much. This is one of the quicker moments of this.
Yeah.
It stops. This is where the game flows a bit. This is where the game flows. Is where the game comes to life. If you so, it's where it does beat Mario in
Yeah.
terms of the platformer. I don't think it does the slow moving platforms as well. But once it gets you moving, it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's very much more fluid than most Mario games or other platforms.
Yeah. Mario seems to focus on the precision, whereas this focuses on sort of the fluidity, which is good for it, and it's very good for it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And that's a bit of an accident there. I cut out some of these times. Have actually been multiple attempts that I've deliberately cut out. Otherwise, the video would be like 2 hours long,
I see.
and
The
it makes
magic
me
of
look like an
video
idiot. Yeah, I can cut out most of my idiocy, but not all of it.
Okay.
Oh.
Those skull coins are worth about 20 lums, so if you can get them, it's worth getting them. And there's a spare tin seed that was being beaten up by
Jeez.
something.
Oh, that was close.
Yep, there's a couple of close calls here.
What the hell is that flying?
dragon
Yeah, I
in
was
the
about to say, what the
background?
hell is that flying in the background?
That would be a
Oh.
dragon, and that was an idiocy moment of myself there. Cutting the cord to something that can kill me as I go underneath it was not necessarily a good idea.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, what you? No.
Nope,
Okay.
not quite.
That's it. Sometimes pressing the button can kill you rather than help you. This is something you learn on this level, that sometimes...
Oh dear. Oh no.
Hover just in case, and I'm going to take this one slow to make sure I don't do anything silly. And then do something silly but somehow survive anyway.
Jeez. Uh-oh.
Now, this is where it gets... Yep. You need to be quick jumping on these, and I wasn't quick. And I throw
That
myself
definitely
in the
wasn't
hole.
quick enough.
I'm jumping up as I'm convinced there's something up here, and then I find out there isn't, and it was completely pointless going up there.
Right.
I was trying to think in the head of a level designer, because that's where I would put something to annoy someone if they're trying to hide me. Oh, I'm desperately trying to get over there without getting myself on fire again. I think in this level I actually miss one of the...
Oh no. Uh-oh.
and these would be the dragons that are now
I
a bit annoyed.
see. Right, okay.
So now
Oh,
I've got a
dear.
special power up. I can throw punches.
Oh, so that's the fist thing.
Yep.
Right, I get it.
That's the blue fist behind me, means I can throw them, so I can deal with the dragons a bit easier. And again, it tries to keep you moving through this.
Yeah.
It's actually it's easier if you keep moving as well. I don't know why one of those was flaming. I guess it set it on fire. As you can see, I missed one. I do go. In my save, I haven't got it recorded, but I did actually go back to find it. It was right back near the start. You go backwards on yourself as you normally do.
Oh, okay.
And then you find it. And it's not that difficult if you're checking, but yeah, I wasn't checking properly. This is the next level. This is the boss level.
Okay.
We're going to be fighting some very big dragons.
Jeez.
And dealing with power shooting enemies. Because when in doubt, if they power shoot in, you punch them.
Pretty sure if they appear on screen, you punch them. That's the general rule.
Yeah, pretty much. As I can now throw fists, as long as I don't do something silly like that, it works.
I like that guy floating in the foreground.
Yep, they're all power shooting. I just like the fact that in the background of this, you can see there is a massive fight going on. Like the whole place is being invaded. There's a ladder of people in the one behind as well. They're all stomping on something in the background there. And there's arrows being fired everywhere as well.
Are these bosses the kind of classic, like, memorize the pattern?
Yeah, memorize the pattern, find a place where it looks like you can safely punch him. And then
Don't run off the edge.
Yeah, don't run off the edge when you think that maybe it's going to move to the next area. Just run on the spot to get your exercise instead. And desperately try to save the little tinsies. Now this one I think is a bit... So I stupidly stand on there, desperately trying to run away from these things, and then miss the land. I think the thing is that the idea is to avoid all of the attacks, then use this to get high enough so you can punch him.
Right.
So I took the hit there just to keep myself in the air. That was, of course, deliberate on purpose, and definitely not because I misjumped. And yep, use the enemies to my advantage again.
Oh,
I rescued him by hitting the ceiling. And now this one is a bit, as you can see, it's a bit more dangerous. Because he's got a big fire. So get the health, and this time try to stay out of the way of the fire. So the idea is, it's just a case of you can't really hit him when he's like that, because if you're on the lower level, you're going to get burnt. But from the upper level, you can't hit him. So it's just a case of waiting so there's a chance and you can hit him. And not getting burnt by the fire, by rotate, because that's, as you see, it's not static, it's moving about as you're moving on it. This is be a bit more careful, if I can just about avoid the things and not actually punch the fireballs, because that doesn't really work too well.
So, quick question: I've like I said, I've not played a Rayman game before, certainly not Origin. So, is this the first Rayman game in 2.5D?
No. It's Rayman started off on the PlayStation. The original version is 2D. So it's sort of like a 2.5D as well. So, but that was with the classic parallax when it sort of had the background sort of scrolling at different levels. Yeah, we help this guy along here. He's desperately trying to escape. So we've got to help him out a bit, and just to make sure he leaves quickly.
There we go.
In Team Rocket style.
Yeah.
Into the bum of the flying pig.
Poop.
And stuck in a planet.
Nice. Uh-oh.
With little things with pitchforks.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Well, okay.
Notice they're actually playing a bit of a tune then as well. Yeah, it's immature and it's silly because it's a cartoon game basically. So.
And it's French.
It's French as well, yeah. It's not going to be sane in any way, shape or form.
Thanks for bringing that up, Greg.
Right, so this is the level where everyone should make sure they can hear, even though we're going to talk over it.
Uh-huh.
This is sort of the end of the level, and you're essentially escaping from the castle. But in a minute, you'll start hearing the music. And the music is linked to... Essentially, they've made the level linked to the music, so as you're jumping, parts of the music happen.
Oh.
And you should recognise the theme in the song in a minute. And I think the chorus is coming up. But yeah, this is a constant. You're always moving on this bit. This is where the game comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's Black Betty, and this is like the tricky treasures, where the game you're constantly moving and constantly running. This is when the game shines, and especially as they've managed to link this quite well to the music.
Good. That's really good.
Because you know when to jump or when to do something because of the music.
Yeah, that's a good mechanic.
But they've added their own little bit to it as well. Avoid the dragon, punch the things. The dragon's not very good. And a few silly voices as well, just to add to it. I've got no idea what the voices are meant to be, but...
No.
And to finish, a bit of a flourish to finish in a sec.
Nice.
As you land on the dead bodies of all the dragons and air guitar.
Nice.
Wow.
As if to add insult to injury there.
Yeah.
So that is Rayman
That's
that's
really
not Rayman
good.
Origins, that's Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
It is good fun. I actually prefer Origins, but Legends is good because you get the Origins levels as well. So you get most of them, I think.
Yeah.
40 Origins levels. So it's a 2-for-1 on that.
How much of the way through Legends are you?
I have about 150 Tinsies, whatever that is. I've cleared the first world completely, and I'm halfway through the second world.
Okay. So there's still quite a bit more.
There's a lot of game there. Especially if you're like me and I have to get all 10 Tinsies for each level before I leave it. Or 3, depending on the level, so either 10 or 3. And there's loads of characters to unlock. You don't have to play as Rayman, you can play as loads of different characters. There is multiplayer, there's at least 2-player co-op, I think it goes up to 4-player co-op. So everyone's running around on the screen at the same time, slapping each other silly while you're trying to run around and do the level. And yeah,
there are mini games, aren't there?
What, sorry?
Are there mini games? I've heard.
Yes, there is a Kung Foot mini game, which is essentially you kicking a ball, trying to get it into the goal, and just every time you punch it, it goes flying. And I had a little look at it. It seems like it would be good sort of once or twice when you're drunk, but I don't think it's got much depth to it. You see what I mean?
Okay. Well, that's a mini game, so.
Yeah, it's a drunken mini game. That's what it is.
Okay.
Any other thoughts?
I think I need to get this. Because if it's anything like Origins, which it looks like it is, then I will definitely enjoy it.
Yep, it's quite cheap. On PC you can get it for the lowest about 16, 17 quid at the moment. Consoles is a bit more, I think it's like, you look at about 25.
Yeah.
But it is reduced, this is all pounds, it's reduced price, it's not full $60,
Yeah,
40
really
quid. It's I think it's like $40 in America, I think. And you're looking at 25, 30 quid here. So it is a reduced price, so I think because they know that unless you're Mario, platformers tend to not do so well.
Well, it looks like some fun, silly, family sort of game for all, really. So, but it looks like you'll have a good time playing it.
Yep, I'm looking forward to the rest of the musical levels because if they're anything like the first one, it's going to be good.
Sweet. Well, thanks for showing us.
Yep,
no worries.
cheers.
I think that's it from us at Say What Now Productions for now for this video. Visit us at www.saywhatnowproductions.com for more videos and content. And that's bye from me, Luke.
Bye
from me,
Greg.
Adrian.
I thought you were going to mix each other's names up there just to confuse everyone. And that'll be it for now. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.